G'day headbangers and welcome to Dazzle's Metalworks. Welcome back my fellow metalheads to another edition of Dazzle's Metalworks, and I hope you had an all lovely Christmas. I will show you what I've got for Christmas once I order the next lot of stuff. Yeah, I've got a whole bunch of CDs. First haul, as I call it. Second haul, I've got to order hopefully tonight or tomorrow. Wait and see. Got to wait for the missus to get home before I can order it. So yeah. So I was going to leave this till the first week of next year, so next weekend. But I went, no, bugger it. Other people are doing it, so I'll do it. I'm going to do my pick, my top 10 albums for 2025. Yes, the year's almost over, but I've got well over 10, so I'll go to pick my favourite 10. So we'll get into it. With number 10, we have Tsunami Sea by Spiritbox. Good album. Probably prefer the first album beforehand, but anyway. Look, top 3 tracks for that were Soft Spine, the title track Tsunami Sea, and Black Rainbow. Yeah, gotta love Spiritbox. Number 9, we have New Delhi by Bloodywood. Now, I only got into this band this year a few months ago, but by golly Jesus, fair crack of the whip. These guys are freaking brilliant. From India, thank you very much, sir. And their second album, New Delhi, is absolute banger. Seriously, what a cracker. So the song that got me into them is, of course, number 1 is the song New Delhi. Then Ben Hall, which featured Baby Metal, and the third song is Hut or Hoot or whatever, H-U-T-T is how it's spelled. But look, this album was freaking fantastic, and New Bloodywood are actually supporting Baby Metal on their Australian tour next year, and they've actually already sold out the Sydney gig. So good on you, Baby Metal and Bloodywood and someone else. Alright, so number 8 we have Skeletor by Ghost. Now this is an album I picked up this year on CD. Trying to get all the Ghost CDs. I'm too away from getting their full studio collection. So number 1 we've got, I don't know how to pronounce this, very Italian spelling I guess, Miscelia Amori. I think it's basically Love Rockets or something like that. Number 2 we have Satanized, and look, number 3 is something called Lacrime. I think that's how you pronounce it. I don't know why they spell weird stuff there, but anyway. Number 7 we have Domination by Primal Fear. These guys had another brilliant album here. Top track for me was I Am the Primal Fear. Number 2 is The Hunter. And number 3, which I dedicate to my mate Johnny Crossfire. It's actually called Crossfire. So yeah, get that in here. Number 6, we have Blood Dynasty by Arch Enemy. And of course this will be the last album featuring Alyssa White Gloves on it before she decided to make like Tom and Cruise. So anyway, number 1 track for me was Blood Dynasty. Number 2 was Paper Tiger. And number 3 was Lies and Thieves. And good luck to Alyssa, whatever your next journey is on. Okay, the next one we have Steel Bound by Battle Beast. Now, obviously, this was the last album to feature Nura, because she has now left Battle Beast as well. It's like all these people leaving bands is like fair crack of the whip. What's going on? But anyway, number 1 track for me was Last Goodbye. Number 2 was Angel of Midnight. And number 3, Riders of the Storm. Good luck with Nura to her future endeavours. I've gathered from what I've heard that she wants to go and pursue her solo career. So good luck with her on that. Number 4, we have Metal Fourth by Baby Metal. Now this album, look, half of it was collaborations and half of it was normal stuff. And I must admit, all my favourite tracks were the collaborations. So in that saying that, number 1 was Ratatata featuring Electric Callboy. Number 2 was Song 3 featuring Slaughter to Prevail. God, that was a chunky one. Number 3 was My Queen featuring Spirit Box. They did have one featuring Poppy as well, which is pretty decent. But look, that's the whole album is pretty good. So, yeah, I love Baby Metal, no matter what other people say. They can bite me. Number 3, we have Legends by Sabaton. Oh, these guys can never do it wrong. Love Sabaton. I know a lot of people don't like them because they're very gimmicky. But hey, freaking, you learn history from this. Seriously, it's very educational in my eyes. I'm wearing the Sabaton Bismarck shirt today, so take that. Look, number 1 was Crossing the Rubicon. Number 2 was Impaler. And number 3 was Lightning at the Gates. I can't remember what Lightning at the Gates was about, but Crossing the Rubicon is Julius Caesar crossing the Rubicon River. Number 2, Impaler, was about Vlad the Impaler, who was a sick mofo. So yeah, get that in here. Alright, number 2, we have Parasomnia by Dream Theater. This was the first album with returning drummer Mike Portnoy. And fair crack of the whip, fair suck of the sav. It definitely improvement over the past couple of albums. You can tell the Portnoy's back, kicking to mass, taking names. The whole album was an absolute rip snorter. But look, my top 3 for this was In the Arms of Morpheus, Night Terror, and Dead Asleep. And look, this whole album was really, really good. I was really pleasantly surprised with this one. Absolute banger. But anyway, and number 1, was there any shadow of doubt, my friends? Parabellum by Testament. And look, this was a banger with a capital B. It's Testament. It's probably one of the few bands where I can say they've got no bad albums, to be honest. And I know that's a big call, and I stand by that. But look, track number 1, Infanticide AI. Number 2, Parabellum. And number 3, Room 117. And actually, out of all my top 10, I actually picked up about half a dozen of those CDs this year. Good music. And looking forward to next year's releases. I can already tell one of the best ones, which will probably make my top 10, definitely my top 5, maybe even my number 1 for next year, will be Megadeth's self-titled last album. Because the singles they've been dropping from that have been rip snorters. So yeah. So that's this week's top 10. Now this week's In Memoriam. Oh geez, I didn't know who this guy was until I looked him up. Rest in peace, Barry Clayton. Now I didn't know who he was until I'll get Rex to put the picture up. He was the narrator for the opening sequence of Count Duckula, the cartoon. And that's an absolute cracker of a cartoon if you've ever seen it. Really, really funny. Great cartoon. And I didn't know this, but for those of you who know the beginning of Iron Maiden's Number of the Beast song, how the guy goes, "Woe to you, O earth and sea," etc., etc., that was this dude speaking those words. So I went, holy crap. So it's a great loss in both of those counts. So rest in peace, Barry Clayton, dude. Now, that is this year's ending for Dozel Metalworks. Thank you to all my subscribers out there, friends and family who watch it, like it. If you like those who do watch it and haven't subscribed, subscribe. Well, I do want to get one of those silver play buttons one day, and I just don't think so. Rex is shaking his head. So in saying that, thanks to my mate Rex behind the camera, who does the filming and the editing and all that stuff for me. You have been muchly and greatly appreciated during the year, so thank you, Rexy. Also to Manda Jane Crookshank, who kept yapping on about this show called Hudson and Rex, about a detective and his dog, and I actually started watching it, and I think I might be hooked. So screw you, hippie, but thank you for all your sounding board efforts during the year. Finally, to my mate John Crossfire. Johnny! Yes, I know you love that. Thank you for all your graphics that you have done during the year. They've been muchly appreciated. and look forward to your contribution next year as well. As for next year's channel, I've still got a few more years to finish off, and then I'm going to go back and do the next 10. Like, I've already got my next 10 albums from 1992 ready to go, and I'm going to alternate every week with an episode of Dozer Smash, which will be doing my top 10 movies for that year. And yes, I've already got my top 10 movies for 1992 as well. Plus more editions of Dozer's Vault. And hopefully, if I can finally sit down with some of my mates, finally start redoing Metal Warriors. Which it doesn't matter who you are, if it's male, female, it, whatever. If you're a metalhead and you're a mate of mine, I'll sit down, ask you 10 questions, blah, blah, blah. And yeah, because metal is the best form of music in the world, in my eyes anyway, and hard rock. And look, my taste in music varies from anything from AC/DC, Arch Enemy, you know, to Poison, Slayer, ZZ Top, freaking Iron Maiden, Metallica, you know, old school metal, new school metal. My taste in varies right across the board. Heavy stuff I've ever gone is Slayer and Arch Enemy. Lightest I've ever gone is something like Poison, Bon Jovi, Motley Crue, stuff like that. You know, everything in between. There are types of metal I don't listen to, like black metal, death metal and stuff like that. Very limited ones like gothic metal or stuff like that. Industrial metal. But look, I love my metal right across the board. There are stuff I don't listen to, as I said, but it is my main source of music over the years since 1988 or 89 when I got into metal. And I hope to continue this channel showing my love of rock and metal over the next few years. So yeah. So until next year, my friends, stay safe, have a good one, and mosh on.